Alright guys, what's up? We are back for another YouTube video today. We are at the dyno. Now, if you've been watching the videos, you saw my car's already dynoed. If you haven't been watching the videos, like and subscribe right now, please. Thank you. We're here for Tyler. Tyler's actually right over yonder in the truck. So we're going to get his car unloaded, strapped up on the dyno. If you can see in the back, my car is loaded up. That means we are doing something else today, but that'll be a separate video. So I'm going to help Tyler get his car unloaded, get strapped on the dyno, and hopefully he makes some good numbers. Hopefully everything's all right with his car because he just got it back together. We're going to see. Alright, so Tyler is getting strapped on the dyno right now, and then we're going to start tuning this thing. So for context, he went to drive-by-wire, so now he's got an electronic throttle pedal. He went to a bigger turbo and different coil packs. So he wants to keep the power about the same, but it should hopefully need less boost to get there. So we'll probably end up comparing the graphs to last year as long as the dyno place has them still. So we'll get into tuning this thing here in a minute and see what it does. And it shot out, so we're going to address that and get it going. I got to take the air going up a little, or? So his car is still breaking up, so we're going to dive into that and see if we can fix the problem.
Is that going to be a plastic sensor though, or I guess I'm going to below it, right?
Doesn't matter because it's on the bolt. Yeah, so it'll go through the bolt.
So in the last clip, I literally said Tyler's tuner's mad smart, and the car was breaking up, and I guess just off the data he had on the computer, he said, yeah, you have a wiring or ground issue. Come out here, and one of the grounds isn't hooked up, so. The guy's super smart. You use him what, from Greece?
Yeah.
And he I guess specializes in ECU master kind of.
Yeah, this is like the only ECU he does.
Yeah. So super smart, and we'll get this thing ripping. We're gonna try to So Tyler's car is making way too much boost on the dyno. We couldn't figure out the problem, so they're calling it a day. So unfortunately, no true numbers and whatnot, so we will come back another time and get it squared away. Peace. If you watched a couple of videos ago, we went to Englishtown for our private day. It was a great success testing the new car out for the first time. However, it did break an axle, so we got a couple things to do to get ready. I believe the next time I drive might be a competition. I'm not 100% sold on that yet, but yeah, bear with us. We're going to get this thing fixed up and ready to do it for the next event. Whether it's a comp or not positive yet, but we're going to get this thing fixed up. I also cracked the windshield. The brand new windshield I put in it, I cracked. So we're going to have to replace that again. So that is quite annoying because that means I spent $600 on windshields in about 6 weeks. But whatever, let's finish getting this axle out. Boom, just like that, we got the broken axle out. I don't have axle to replace this yet, but I'm going to hopefully pick some up this week, get the new axle in. Then after the new axle, I have to put the hood on, get the windshield replaced, and then really just bolt check the rear, and I think we're going to be ready for the next event or comp, whatever we end up doing. So we'll dive into probably the hood next, hopefully, and then do a couple things. It's the day after work, so it's probably like 7 o'clock already, so I'm going to go inside here in a minute, and we'll finish this up throughout the week and the weekend. Alright guys, so we're out in the garage, getting the car, am I in focus? Alright, so we're out in the garage, getting the car prepped for the Gambler. I pretty much have decided I'm going to do the Gambler. Hopefully do pretty good. First comp, check it out. So I got the axle back in. Now this isn't a new axle. This is actually an axle I had that the boot came off and I flung grease everywhere. So I repacked it, got it back on. I went and picked up 2 axles yesterday from my guy Jerome. We helped sponsor him and whatnot, so shout out Jerome. However, they're down there. They actually are not E36 axles. I'm very unsure. I think one might be an M axle and one is, I have no idea. So I got this axle back in. Those axles I can't really use. And then here, you can see up there, I'm getting the holes drilled for the hood pins. I actually put on new hood struts also down there, so that's pretty cool. I got the glass guy coming Monday to fix the windshield again. So hopefully no more problems there. So I'm gonna get these hood pins situated in. I just got them drilled out. I'm gonna file them down all smooth and nice, and then get them installed. So I've been outside tinkering a little bit on the car. I finished bolt checking the rear end. I got the hood cut up yesterday. Let me show you guys that. It's not 100% cut up yet. I was planning out maybe leaving that on and building a little like scoop for it, but it's gonna come off probably. Hood pins are in and they work. And like I said, I bolt checked the rear end. Now I also want to show you guys something from the last event. So we're gonna look at the tire wear here. This is the passenger side. This tire wear is pretty solid. We got probably a little bit of positive there's a little bit left on the inside here versus the outside, but that's probably like 0.1 degree difference, pretty flat. And we've got the same thing here. I would say this one's probably virtually very even on side to side. This might be like 0.05 of a degree difference. This tire, we did see a chunk or two come out wherever I did just see it. Right down there, which we normally don't see with these tires, but I wasn't pulling them down at all. Wasn't going through the water pit. Didn't really give the tires any brakes. Nothing wrong with like 5 minutes to cool down, so that's honestly pretty good. And we're looking at over 100 mile an hour wheel speed, so these things did pretty solid for me. Alright, so I'm back working on the car. It's been probably like a week since I filmed. I haven't really worked on the car because I don't have too much to do this very moment. As you guys know from earlier in the video, we got the Gambler next weekend. Hopefully I do alright, but so we're gonna finish touching up the few things I gotta do. Gotta do an oil change on this thing. Look at it, hopefully everything's good with the fresh rebuild. Finish cutting the hood up there. As you can see, I got a little bit more to cut. Double check the alignment. As you guys saw, we already bolt checked the rear end, bolt checked the front end, changed the axle out. So really just oil change, double check a couple things, cut the hood, put the wipers back in. The glass guy came and put new glass in this thing again. So let's get right into it. So one of the other things I want to do, obviously we run water in the system, is I want to put some water wetter in here. If I can get it open with one hand, it stinks because it's so close to the rad support. Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, so as you can see, we got the rad cap off. It was a little bit hard with just how close everything is, so it's a little bit of a pain. I wanted to also make sure that the system, I wanted to make sure also that the system wasn't frozen, because that'd be bad. It's been a little cold up here, and it's a little early to be running water in the system. It's actually, yeah, you're not gonna be able to tell. Hang on, give me 1 second. All right, well, I couldn't get the camera to see, but it snowed last night here. It's April, so system's not frozen, so that's cool. So we're gonna throw some water wetter in. I got it right here. It says 1 bottle will treat like 12 to 20 quarts or something. It claims water only 220 for their dyno results, and with water wetter it goes into 202. So I'm gonna put this whole bottle in and see what happens. Bam. So I'm not gonna start the car in the garage because it literally reeks in our house if we do that, because we have an attached garage. But once this cycles and everything, it should, you know, kind of break down and get into all the water, and hopefully we run a little bit more cool. Not that I had problems overheating since we got the cooling system sorted, but I did want to just, you know, if we can make it better, that's even better. So I'm gonna see if it does anything. All right, so we did the oil change. The oil was a little glittery, which is to be expected. Obviously, if you guys have been watching the videos, you know this thing was just rebuilt, all fresh bearings and whatnot. This is pretty much the first real oil change. I like let the car run for like 20 minutes and then change the oil. And then this was the first real oil change. So we did the dyno day and one drift day on it. You could argue I should have did it after the dyno day, but it looked pretty good still. So I was like, we'll ball, see what happens. See a little glittery, which is to be expected. So you know, we'll pay attention to it over the next oil change or two, and hopefully we're crispy after that. So I'm pretty much ready to go to the Gambler. Hopefully I do good. Hopefully the event goes smooth. I believe Lenny's going too. I know he hasn't bought his ticket yet, but he says he's going, so hopefully you'll see both of us ripping. We think some of our sponsors are going to come hang out, play pit crew with us for the day, so if they do, thank you to them. And hopefully you'll see that video next week. But otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, you know, do all the fancy fun bits down low. Check out our Instagram, also down below. And then check out our website. You can buy parts and stuff off there. And if you have any questions, DM us on Instagram, which is always down below. Peace out.